This is gonna be a little bit of a different kind of a video. I'm with my brother. Hey, seen him before in a few videos. I'm in Washington. This is where my brother Trevor lives. And I'm just up here for the weekend. Flew up here to do some camping, to do some snow camping and some snowshoeing. The original plan was to go to Mount Rainier National Park and camp there in the snow and do some snowshoeing. But because of the government shutdown, the road there hasn't been plowed all the way yet. They're still working on clearing out the road there, so we had to scrap that idea. So right now we are at Blewett Pass, which is on the east side of the Cascades, east of Seattle, kind of between the towns of Leavenworth and Clay Elam, if you're familiar with the area. We're gonna hike, I don't know, a couple miles, however long we want to, on this trail. This trail is the Wenatchee Crest Trail, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
And the goal is just to walk a ways and find a place to camp, spend the night, and then come back sometime pretty early tomorrow. So this is going to be a not the longest adventure, but it should be a nice little overnight snow camping trip. This trail that we're on obviously gets a lot of use. It's packed. We don't need to put our snowshoes on yet. We've stopped here to shed some layers and enjoy the view we've got here. It's not very cold. What do you think the temperature is?
30s?
Yeah. Once you get hiking especially, it warms up real quick. So we've gone for about an hour, 15 minutes, hour, 20 minutes, maybe a couple miles. And we are gonna go down here and camp. I think we found a nice little campsite over on this little flat area. Nice views over here. The ridge behind me here is blocking the wind, so it's not super windy. So let's put on the snowshoes and head down there. Okay, we're down from the trail a ways. It's up here. We're on this kind of broad ridge. Need to shovel out some level platforms for our tents. Alright, we spent maybe half an hour digging out our platforms. Little snow pits here. Trevor's setting up his tent. He has a one-man tent, and so his platform doesn't have to be super big. I am borrowing his three-person tent, so my platform has to be a little bit bigger. I've mostly got everything set up. I still need to empty out a few things in my backpack. I get my sleeping bag out, but I wanted to show camp while it was still a little bit lighter outside before it got too dark. So there's about 4 feet of snow on the ground we dug into to make our tent platforms. Here's Trevor's little one-man tent. And then over here is my 3-man. I still need to stake out the fly on this side, but yeah, this is just a great area. Got nice views from the door, from the front door. Wish I had my drone with me, but it's acting up. I need to get it fixed. or I need to fix it, and so I didn't bring it on this trip, but would have been awesome. Let's take a look at what's on the menu for this trip. Got 3 peanut butter sandwiches, bag of apricots, half a dozen chocolate pretzel granola bar things, and of course Sour Patch Kids. We're only going to be up here for like, I don't know, 16 hours, less than a full day, and so we don't need a ton of food. And we ate at Taco Bell on our way up here, so I'm not super hungry tonight, but yeah, we're all basically all set up now. Trevor's building a little bit of a wind break with the snow next to his tent. It might snow tonight. I think we're at about, what, like 4,500 feet? Something like that. Not super high, but I mean, you know, for here, it's high enough. It's weird, like I live higher than this. My house in Utah is higher than this. But up here, you know, we're definitely up in the mountains. It's 5 o'clock now. It's getting darker. It'll be dark in half an hour, and some clouds have moved in. Coming in from this direction. Pretty cool spot.
It's really awesome.
Here's Trevor's completed snow fortress. Got a nice big wall around it. Alright, it's about 5:30 now, and it's pretty close to being dark. In the tent, obviously, we're both in our respective tents for the night, and we have about 14 hours until it's light again. It won't get light until about 7. That's when sunrise is, so that's the one interesting thing about these winter camping trips. And I forgot my headlamp, and so did Trevor. We left both of them in the car, so that's not ideal, but I have an enormous battery to charge my phone with, and so I can do whatever I want on my phone. I have full phone signal, so I can, you know, watch YouTube videos if I want to, whatever, listen to podcasts. So I'm just gonna spend the next 4 or 5 hours reading, again listening to podcasts, watching videos, thinking, relaxing. I'm actually really looking forward to this, to just laying down and doing nothing. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully it's not too windy tonight. The cold will be fine. I've got plenty of warm sleeping bags and warm jackets and long underwear and everything. Anyway, I guess we'll see. I'll let you know in the morning. See you then. Good morning. It's 8:45. I slept from about 10:30 to about 5:30. Slept pretty well in that time period, and then kind of was awake but still sleepy until 7:30. Then at about 8 o'clock, we both got out of our tents. We're back on the trail hiking to the end of it. We're gonna see if we can hike to the end of it. Should be another mile or so. It's a beautiful morning. It's cold. Got down to probably the low teens last night, but we were both warm. We each had 2 sleeping bags, down jackets, long underwear, all that stuff. The view from our campsite this morning was incredible. The skies were surprisingly very clear. I've recorded some footage there, but it was shaky because my hands were cold. So once we get back there, I'll show you the view from the campsite itself. But yeah, it is a beautiful morning. Beautiful, crisp winter day. It's about 9:15 now, and we've made it to the end of the trail. Looks like some people on the snowshoes have kept going, but I think this is really the end of the trail here. And actually, the view from our campsite is better than this. We found a really great spot with really great views. This is still pretty, but these are the bigger mountains over here, and you can't quite see them through the trees. But it is a beautiful day. I mean, just a few wispy clouds, but otherwise just a crystal clear day. I think we've decided that we're going to try to hike up to the top of this hill right here. I think the trail goes somewhere below it. And so if we kind of leave the trail and go up the ridge here, I think we can make it to the top. So we're gonna go back to camp, pack up, and then head over to climb the hill. Okay, so we are back at our campsite. It's 10 o'clock. It's just such a beautiful morning. And here's the view. Really, this view is better than anything on the trail itself. You can get kind of snippets, but you can't get the whole view like this. I think that pointy mountain is one of the enchantment peaks, one of the peaks in the enchantments, which is a really pretty region of these mountains. That's either Mount Stewart or could be Dragon Tail Peak, I don't know. And this one I think might be Three Brothers. Whatever those are, it's just a beautiful area, and this spot is so great. We're gonna pack up and eat a little bit, and then we're gonna go get back on the trail and go up that little hill that I showed you earlier. We're getting our first look again at the hill that we're climbing. I think the plan is to go follow this trail as it kind of skirts around it over here. Then on the far side, we'll follow a ridge up to the top. We've decided to modify our plan a little bit. Instead of going past the mountain on the trail and then going back up, we're just gonna go straight up the closer side to us. So I've got the snowshoes on. We're gonna stash our packs, our larger packs over here somewhere. I'll just be taking up this little smaller pack that has some water and snacks in it. Take that up to the top, which is right there. And then over this way, you can see Mount Rainier from some places. Yeah, here we go. Here's Mount Rainier, which is the tallest mountain in Washington and the biggest mountain around for a long ways. And then over here more, let's see if I can find it in the viewfinder. Yeah, there's another big Cascades volcano, either Mount Adams or Mount St. Helens. I'd assume Mount Adams, but I don't know. It's big enough to be seen from this far away. Rainier is 14,000 something feet, Adams is 12,000 something feet. I've climbed both of them. I've not climbed Mount St. Helens yet. It's on the list. Alright, we made it up to the top. It took about 25 minutes. There's a little cairn up here. There's another group that was up here when we got up here, but they're taking off. And yeah, just really great views of, let's see, where is it? There it is, Mount Rainier. Beautiful clear day. It's a perfect day to be out here. It's really beautiful. not too cold. It's probably in the 30s. Not much to do up here except enjoy the view and take some pictures, which we've already done. So we're gonna head back down. Should take maybe 15 or 20 minutes to get back to our backpacks. And then I think we'll just hike back down to the main trail and get on out of here. So I'll let you know once we've done that and what our next plan is. We made it back to the car. It's 1 o'clock. I think basically we're done for the day. We're gonna drive to Leavenworth, which is like a tourist town in the mountains, not too far from here. And then just to check it out and see what it's like. I've been there once before, but you know, didn't stop to check out too much. But I don't think I'm gonna film it. I might just film some scenery as we're driving. So maybe I'll tack that on at the end here. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I think the hike was about 9 or 10 miles round trip. The trail itself was 4 miles each way, and then, you know, we did a little extra hiking to the mountain and the mountaintop and everything. So good hike, fun little adventure. It was fun to hang out with my brother this weekend, and I'm sure we'll do something else like this again at some point in the future, because it was a lot of fun. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So we briefly drove through Leavenworth and realized we didn't really want to do a whole lot in that area. And so we decided to go to a little town called Twisp up in the mountains. So we're driving to Twisp now. This is the Columbia River. It is just massive. I think this is the biggest river in the western United States. And like all of the other big rivers that I know of in the west like flow into the Columbia. So it's just an enormous river. And so we're driving up to Twisp. We're an hour away now. Trevor has just like looked at the town online and has looked at houses up there and has, you know, just wants to go check the town out. And so apparently it's just like a pretty nice town in the mountains. And I've never been there, he's never been there, so we're just making the really nice drive, really pretty drive along the Columbia River here up to Twisp. So yeah, I just looked it up, and it is the 4th largest river in the US by discharge, so like by volume of water, after the Mississippi, the Ohio, and the St. Lawrence. This valley up here, this is Twisp. It's a really pretty area. Why are we here?
I just wanted to see it. Just wanted to see what Twisp looked like.
He wants to maybe get a cabin or a house up here or something at some point in the future. This is one potential spot for that. And it's a really pretty area. Big, beautiful mountains on the horizon there, and this valley is nice and broad and open. Doesn't feel like you're hemmed in, like in a cleft in the mountains or anything like that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video here for real this time. We're gonna drive around town a little bit more, and then it's a 4-hour drive back to Seattle, back to the REI in Seattle, where we need to return our snowshoes and snow shovels. So again, thanks for watching, and let me know what your favorite part of the video was. I'll see you in the next one.